27th Annual Freedom Awards will actually begin. And the person who is actually hosting the Freedom Awards is Michaela Angela Davis.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
So let's check this out. So let's say you are here and you're taking photos or things along those lines, but then you want to be able to print your photos. So what you can do is you can utilize one of our sponsors, freeprints.com. They are one of the top photo services, bar none, more than 100,000 five-star ratings. You can download their app from Google Play or even from the iTunes store as well. And again, for a very nominal fee, you can get 1,000 prints of 4x6s. And so again, a lot of people still want to use actual photos, and because as opposed to just always being able to email somebody or text it to them. And so what you do is download the app, freeprints.com, download their app. Then you're able to actually print photos directly from Instagram, from Twitter, or from Facebook as well. And so for me, look, I got lots of fans, and so they want me to autograph photos. A little hard to autograph a digital photo. And so use freeprints.com and do this here. When they ask how'd you hear about it, put in the code Roland. Put in the code Roland. That's a special code that you use. So they know exactly that our viewers, our fans are actually utilizing the service. So again, freeprints.com, download the app from Google Play, from iTunes as well.
Now it's back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video.
And of course, Michaela, of course, she journalist, she's activist, she's all that sort of stuff, and she doesn't like perms.
Welcome to the red carpet.
She's Miss Art Natural. What's happening?
What's up? How are you?
Oh, good. Oh, so you got the black and gold memo?
Yes, I did. I got my Dapper Dan memo.
Oh, yes, your Dapper Dan memo. Okay, but you know, we've been in the alpha. You know, it's black and gold.
Okay, I got it. I'm so happy to match you, and I'm so happy to be on the carpet with you.
So you're hosting tonight?
I am. This is my second year, and what a year, bro. Like, this was a destination. I felt like I was going to Disneyland. Like, it's a destination to just get filled up with hope and history. And Memphis is like the heart of America, you know, and I feel like if we can get things right here, then we can get things right in America. And I was struck last year when I came here, understanding where Memphis sits in the country. It's Tennessee, it's Arkansas, Mississippi. Like, this is where poor white folks, poor black folks come together. So, yeah, and as Reverend Jackson said today, this is Calvary. You know, this is where we lost our king, but we found something else. And there's something powerful about being here. So, yeah.
Well, one of the things also, I mean, you're still dealing with a lot of these issues. I mean, recently they had a trial that took place where many of the activists in the city were being, spied upon, if you will, by the police department. You still have folks who are demanding equity and equality when it comes to contracts. The fact that you have this majority black city and you still have black folks who do not have their lion's share of contracts. And then you have this constant battle with, again, white leaders in Memphis controlling the economic levers, but then you have black numbers.
Yeah, it's like South Africa. It's like, you know, there are places, white economic power, white supremacy is a hard thing to undo. And I think even in our most progressive places, that's the American conundrum.
Yeah, because look, at the end of the day, look, America's about money. I tell everybody all the time, if you want to understand America, when you go to Washington, D.C., you look at the White House, there's a White House, there's only one federal agency sharing along with the White House, Treasury Department. Power, money. Money, power.
And all the decisions can be traced back to that, right? Like, why, even here in Memphis, I was at the museum again today, and it just struck me about that 3 black men bought the Lorraine Motel, right? But so they had to do that in order to just hold on to the actual space. But at the same time, down the road, there was a statue of a Seminole Klans member, a slave owner, and he was a triple threat. Right there in the middle, like a monument to him, right, you know, walking distance to the Civil Rights Museum. So that lets you know that they're clear, like, who's still in power here? Like, let's, you know, so that's the American contradiction. That what's interesting about this moment it's all out, and we're talking about it in real time. That white power and white structures that have oppressed everybody, particularly poor white folks. And I think that's what's interesting about
And they don't even realize it.
They do not, because it was a strategy to make them feel that they were at least over black folks. Things are bad, things are hard, but at least you're not that. It's a diabolical but really genius strategy in how to keep money in people's pockets. I mean, you made poor white people overseers, and they still feel like they're overseers. But then when you move past them, meaning all the way to the White House, there's a lot of resentment, we're going to hold on to at least this. So it's a reckoning moment. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful because the day started with some young people that are about it, doing working around folks, not really so interested in deconstructing the system, but creating new ones. So I'm filled with hope. Mm-hmm. But I haven't turned on the news today. I haven't.
You're like something's happened today.
I know. I haven't looked at my social media feed. I don't know what's going on. I just wanted to be in this moment. So. Yeah.
Last question for you. We, of course, have a midterm elections coming up. And it was very interesting in this state when Taylor Swift came out and said that she was supporting the Democratic nominee for United States Senate. And folks lost their mind because they thought, she was appealing to white conservatives. Then, of course, you have the number of African Americans who are not asking for permission, who are mobilizing and organizing, young men, young women. And they are making it clear because a lot of them, 1829, set out in 2016, and I think folks realize because they got caught up in two evils, Clinton, Trump, they're the same. Now all of a sudden they went, you know what? Now we realize that was dumb.
That was dumb, and it wasn't the lesser of two evils. It was crazy. It was one crazy and one. It was not, and that narrative that was the lesser of two evils was also a diabolical strategy. It was not equal. It was never even close. And they'd rather hold on to some kind of ideal than know that I don't think any of us knew how much of a hot mess it was going to be. We didn't know we were going to have children in cages. We didn't know that we were going to have kissing up to Putin. Like, we had no imagination for how messed up it was going to be. But I'm hoping that just as messed up as it is, it will get us more fired up. Mm-hmm. And I think for young people, women and women of color, they just running. We just gonna run.
Well, look, we ain't got no choice.
We do not. But we've always done that, Roland. We've always gotten up and strategized and figured it out. But I hope this time they figure out that you need to give, and particularly black women need to lead. And here's why. Because we hold the intersections of complexity of race and gender and economics. So it's just more efficient to have more of us leading because we have a more well-rounded idea of how things work. And so if we want to get somewhere faster, just put more black women in place. Simple. It's efficient.
It's efficient.
It is efficient. We really are. We hold the complexities of America. In our stories, we hold our families together, we hold our communities together, we hold our men down. We understand we're going to bring everybody to the table. We bring others with us in a much more natural way. We have to remind brothers, bring some people along, because they're still operating in a patriarchal way. From male privilege, we just make more space easier, faster. I'm not saying that brothers don't do it. I'm just saying we don't have that much time to waste. So just get more of us, just a little more equal.
All right. Looking forward to it.
All right. And what's our calling next year? What are we gonna do?
Huh?
What's our calling next year?
Well, I'll still be an alpha.
Okay.
I might have the gold shoes next year, though.
Okay. All right.
Instead of the gold socks.
I'll see that.
Yeah. I got the gold socks.
Right, well,
next year be the gold shoes.
Look at that.
I see.
See, they say black people can't work together. We can work together when it comes to fashion.
You ain't got no sense, girl. I see you inside.
I do. I appreciate you.
I appreciate it all. All right. Let's have a good night. I appreciate it.